Welcome to Behind Blue Eyes, the show that is all things New South Wales Rugby League. We'll talk to our greats of the past about the life and times of our players and people of today. Great to have you on board. Let's go Behind Blue Eyes. All right, it is time to go Behind Blue Eyes with True Blue Luke Lewis. How are you, Luke?
Yeah, good mate, how are you?
Good. That was a fantastic matchup last week, wasn't it? Katoni Staggs and Talakai. See how Talakai... Look, I've heard since that there was a bit of a flu going through the Sharks, so if anyone thought they were down a bit, that might have added to it.
Yeah, there was a bit of a flu going through, but no excuses. The boys wouldn't want that to get out. But look, at the end of the day, they had a job to do. We didn't get it done. But look, I thought the matchup was awesome. Talakai, Katoni Staggs, both these guys putting their hand up for the centre position. And I think Katoni Staggs got one on him. But yeah, you're 100% right. Everyone was a little bit flat, but you get days like that and you've got to be able to combat it.
Moreland played outstanding, and Freddie's got a rap on him. But what about Talakai and Staggs? Can you find a space for both, do you think, in this Origin team?
Absolutely. I think I could see Katoni Staggs out there in the 3 or the 4 jersey, absolutely. And I think Talakai coming off the bench. One thing I love about Talakai is he's just brutal all over the park. But you can play him up front, you can play him at lock if you needed to, you can play him in the back row, and again play him in the centres, and he would not look out of position. So got great skills. And the thing is, he goes looking for work. He doesn't just wait for the ball to come to him. So, yeah, definitely, I think a 14 jersey for Talakai would be spot on for him.
Phil Gould, one of the great coaches, of course, and you had him at Origin level in 2004. It's well publicised, got in there, gave the team a spray, back involved with the coaching with Trent Barrett, and it's had immediate effect.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they were great on the weekend against the Roosters. Just, they had... I don't know, just a little bit of extra energy where they just kept turning up for 80 minutes and turning up for their mate beside them. And I remember going back to 2004 when I had Gus, it was all about giving you confidence and understanding your role. And I used to talk about, in Origin, it was always about the tries saved, not the tries scored. So doing those extra little efforts. And I think I've seen that from the Bulldogs on the weekend. So yeah, he's always good to have around. Gus, he knows rugby league, and I think he did get a lot out of the Bulldogs on the weekend.
All of us New South Wales fans are celebrating the fact that Tommy's back, Tommy Trbojevic, and I'm sure the Manly fans are as well. They've got a few players back. Look, they did it tough last week. It's going to be very difficult to win any games, particularly against a top side like South, when you're down one player. But Tommy, that gives him a good run at being back and right for Origin, doesn't it, a few weeks away?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got 4 weeks. He'll get plenty of game time under his belt, and we know what Tommy can do. The Manly side are always a better side of him in the park, but it's hard now. I pitch in New South Wales, and you have to have Tommy in the side. So I can't wait to see him back out in the park this weekend and over the next 4 weeks, and fingers crossed he's playing his best footy coming into game 1 for New South Wales.
Oh, he's a colossus, there's no question about that. Now, Brian To'o, outstanding last year for New South Wales and a bit of a cult figure, with Jerome. He comes back into the extended squad. It's interesting, what do you do at Penrith? Because May's been outstanding, and on the other wing, Charlie Staines has got all this pace. Who do you put him in for?
Well, it's a tough one. You can't leave Brian To'o out. I just think he's an absolute superstar, and he warrants his position straight back in the side. Look, for me, Charlie Staines is playing very tough this year, but Taylor May, he's just an X factor. He scores tries at will, gets involved a lot. So, look, again, I'm not the coach, and I'm glad I'm not Ivan Cleary and sitting in his shoes and having to make this decision. But
it's a nice problem to have.
It is a great problem to have, but to have Brian To'o back, I'll be putting him straight back onto the wing where he was before, and leave Taylor May out there, and Charlie Staines might be the one to miss out. But it's it's a good problem to have for Penrith.
And he's probably got enough games to slot straight back into the New South Wales side, you would think, if he comes back with the form he left with. Oh
yeah, absolutely. I think. Look, the whole Penrith side, we're talking about the 2 guys at the moment who can just slot straight back into the side, but that whole Penrith side, 1 to 25, they all know their role. They're all putting their hand up. So, yeah, look, I just wish I was Ivan Cleary who had that problem.
Yeah, compelling football team. They are outstanding. All right, let's have a look at the big fella, Payne Haas. If he's fit, he picks himself for New South Wales. How's he going to be? He's got this AC joint injury. He's been playing brilliant football for Brisbane.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the AC joint's a bit of a pain, to be honest with you. It's uncomfortable to play with, but a couple of little painkillers will be fine. It's a grade 1. If it come to Origin, he'll be totally fine. The adrenaline will get him through. A week off or 2 weeks off for the Broncos, might definitely benefit him, and it'll benefit the Broncos in the long run. And again, I also think it'll benefit New South Wales in game 1, just to give him that little bit of a freshen up, get a game or 2 under his belt before the team's picked, and he'll be ready to rock and roll game 1.
He is one of those guys that picks himself, though, isn't he, at this point?
Oh, absolutely. He's just a handful. He's a strong carrier. He's got good skill, and he's just an enforcer. So, mate, intimidating. I'll be having him in the New South Wales side for sure.
All right, mate. I think we've successfully gone behind blue eyes.
Okay, thanks, mate.